So there's a couple of different methods to adding color. We can add color to the text, or we can add color to the background. Say we want to make this H1 here be a specific color. I'm going to go into the style sheet. I know it's an H1 because it says it right here in that specific code. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say H1, and I do the open and closed curly brackets first because I have a tendency to forget the second one. And what I want to do then is say color. I type out color, I hit the colon. Once I do that, if I know the specific hex value that I want to use, I can type that out or paste it in, or I can click on color. I double click on that, and then I can kind of move the sliders to a hue that I want, and then I move this little circle. You'll notice that as I'm doing that, it's changing the value down here. I can't click on that no matter how hard I try. So I'm going to actually move this around to find a color that I like. Once I have that, I hit the Enter key. Now here's the tricky part. It doesn't add the semicolon for you, so you type it in. Now when I click here, it has changed that. Say I want to put a background color to this list for some reason. Now we want to make sure that we can always read things pretty well, but say I want all lists to have a background color. Well, in this case I've used an unordered list, a UL, so I'm going to go here, hit enter, and say UL, open and closed, curly bracket. Now what I can do is say background dash color. Not color, because that would affect the text. What I want is kind of a background thing, like when I highlight it, I want it to change the background. So I'm going to delete the colon, hit that, there we go, pop up the color, and now I could have a little like highlighter thing to this. Hit enter, hit the semicolon, can't forget that. Now it's going to be across that entire thing. If I decide that I want to actually have it over the individual lined items, we know that in the list we have LI and closing LI. Well, I would just go here and I would change that to LI. So now the tricky bit is that it's kind of hard to see that that's made that change because they're stacked one on top of each other. If I were to add some margin, which is spacing, margin, let's say 15px semicolon, it's going to spread those out, and then each thing will have a space between it and that sort of thing. And of course, it's not against any crazy rules to have both background color and color in the same thing. So perhaps here for this H1, I will have background dash color, and I could choose something like a light gray. Hit enter, semicolon. Now we have both the color, which is in this purple, and a background color in the light gray.